Los Angeles, the city of angels, the promised paradise, the place where artists come to dream. It was here in 1979 that Peter Gabriel discovered Fever Beat, the first American signing to the British music label Charisma. Mick Muhlfriedel was the band's bassist.
My passion was always music, so I played in a band and made a couple of records for Polygram.
The band came and went, but like many of the Fever Beat's members, Mick remained active in the Los Angeles music scene.
I worked on some of the Bill and Ted films. I worked on a film called The Fabulous Baker Boys. I did a lot of work actually on documentaries with an Australian director called Mark Lewis, who's like a multiple Emmy winner. We did a show that I think the only one ever won an Emmy for called The Natural History of the Chicken, which was actually one Sundance year that we took it up there.
Mick has since forged a successful career as a music composer, working across a variety of films, documentaries, and adverts. But music is not the only passion in the musician's life.
I basically fell into coaching because I had a big soccer background as a kid. I played in high school, I played in college. My father was a semi-pro soccer player out of Germany. And when I first started coaching, I was working with mostly West Side kids. The parents were lawyers and actors and producers. And their relationship to a coach for their kid is almost like you like work for them. It's almost like they hired a piano teacher, an oboe teacher. And with the community I have now, these kids, their relationship to you is much different. You are a mentor. You have a level of impact on these kids.
Mick is now president of the Downtown LA Soccer Club, a non-profit team established in 2007 to encourage girls from the underserved communities of Los Angeles to get into soccer.
One of our first tasks when recruiting a player, a girl player, is to simply just get the parents to even consider the fact that the best player in their family isn't or may not be one of their sons. It's a hard slog at first. I've had kids that for the first 6 or 8 months, you never see a parent there. Someone else will pick them up. But once you get the parent to come to a game and they see their daughter play, that they start they get this realization, wow, my daughter is a soccer player, and then they become some of the most avid fans that we have.
The Latina community comprises almost half of LA's diverse population, many of whom live in the busy downtown area. Nayeli Barahona is top scorer for Mick's team. The 15-year-old from the Pico Union District is one of many young Latina women challenging cultural conventions to play the sport she loves.
The thing that me, Mick, and the club, the program we're trying to do downtown, we're just trying to make it easier for Latina women to be represented and give people a face to look up to. Latina women are supposed to cook, clean, help their brother out, help the family out, and stuff like that. What this program, what Downtown is trying to do to get away from that stereotype is basically letting girls into the club, and then it gets them away from that part of their life.
For Latina girls such as Nayeli, prejudice like these are a part of everyday life, both on and off the soccer field.
As much as I love my biological father, it's like he's not really involved with my soccer life is more of my mom. Like, she takes me to my games. She's more on the supporting side, but my father, no, he's not really like involved with soccer, and he is involved in my life, but he's just not very supportive of my hobby. He tells me sometimes instead of like being at soccer, I should be home or like doing stuff, helping my mom cook or something. And it's hard sometimes because he doesn't understand how much I love the sport. He doesn't understand how much I'm very passionate about it.
They get taunted a lot, especially if they're winning, and it's not the other players, it's usually the parents.
White parents and very racist parents, very racial comments we get, and it's hard to play with that kind of environment.
Yelling, go back to your country, ghetto soccer.
Your parents shouldn't even be here, you shouldn't even be here.
She said, yeah, they scream racist, stuff at me. She said, but it just makes me run faster because then they don't see my tears.
Each Wednesday evening, Mick begins a 1.5-hour commute around LA to collect players for training. For many of these girls, this is their only escape from the turmoil of broken homes, abusive parents, and ever-deepening cultural divides.
The girls are all told, if you play for the downtown soccer club, no one's allowed to mess with you, because they come from homes in which, there's 12, 15 people living there. There's uncles or cousins that just came up from Central America that they barely know. There's a lot of abuse that goes on there. The fathers, a lot of times are drinking a lot. Most of them don't really work, and a lot of them are, here undocumented. I mean, I've got some girls that have lived in 4 and 5 different houses simply because they need to find a safe place to put them, where they're not being victimized by older men and people they barely know.
Hey, Mick.
Hey, kiddo, how you doing?
I'm doing good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
That's good.
We've never ever sent a girl away or told her she couldn't play because she didn't have any money. They get everything. Their uniforms are given to them, their backpacks, their warm-ups, all their tournament fees are paid, simply because we want them to concentrate on soccer. The kids never have to see money changing hands, never have to feel like, oh, I can't. What shoes can I get the ones you like, get the ones that fit, get the ones that but they're this much, we don't care. You're an incredible player, you should have incredible gear. What soccer does for them is it gives them a place that they can go to. And I think that's why they're there. The fact that they're treated like the elite athletes that they are. In our club, it's just if you can play, you can play. If you show up on the field and you have the commitment, you have the passion for the game, you have the skill level to play it, you will play. Nobody will ever tell you, I'm sorry, you can't afford a uniform. We'd love to keep you, but your parents aren't paying the fees. We make it as simple as you can. If you can play, you can play.
This philosophy underpins the core values of Mick and his head coach, Carter Hogwhite. As a former player, Coach Carter uses her knowledge and experience of the game to instill confidence, conviction, and creativity in the minds of her young players.
One of the things that I think at downtown that we really focus on is being able to kind of help the girls not only on the soccer field, they're amazing players, the skill level that they have is unbelievable, but also allowing them an outlet, somewhere to come to grow not only as players, but also as females as well.
It's like I'm playing with my family, like they get me, they understand me. It's just amazing to be with a good group of girls that look like me and have fun with me.
your race is not what defines you. And I think that would be the ultimate goal for them, is to really help to change the perception of what a soccer player is in the U.S.
And for Mick Muhlfriedel, there will only ever be one condition necessary to claim a place on his team.
If they love the game, they can play for us. We guarantee them they'll have a spot. We guarantee them they'll have a uniform. We guarantee they'll be coached, that they'll have transportation. You just show up and play and we'll take care of the rest.